We're back in the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. Snowing outside, but it's warm inside the UIC Pavilion. Along with Rich Murata and Jessica Rosales, I'm Beto Duran. Good fight so far, and our main event is coming our way. And there you see him. Our main event, junior lightweight, Ronny Rios from Santa Ana, California, Andrew Cancio. The pride of Blythe, but he now lives in Ventura. 10 rounds, these two know each other, and it should be a good one. And
take a look at Rios. He is unbeaten so far, patiently waiting for a fight, and he got it tonight. He said, I'd rather fight guys who come forward and who will fight me, and he feels that's going to be the case tonight with Chango Cancio.
Earlier tonight, Jessica Rosales caught up with him.
Ronny, when we talked to you earlier, you were saying that when people say this should be a hard fight for you, this will be a challenging fighter, it motivates you to prove them wrong. Why is Andrew Cancio that fighter for you tonight?
Because a lot of fighters have difficult times with a lot of fighters who come forward, and from what I heard, he has a good chin, he's strong, he keeps coming forward, and I think that alone right there is pretty tough for anybody.
And you did work on a little bit more on your strength, your conditioning, and your sparring this time around. Why were those the main areas of focus?
Those were the main areas of focus because I want to build up more strength to keep him off me. You know, I don't want him to keep coming forward, and I gotta get his attention. I gotta get his respect in the ring.
And lastly, he's won 7 of his last 8 bouts. You have an undefeated record. What is your prediction for tonight?
I don't know. I just expect a good fight. I expect a tough fight. Hopefully, we can produce an entertaining fight as well. And I don't know. I'll just wait and see what the outcome is.
All right, Ronny, thanks for the time. Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
And there's Cancio, who comes into this fight with a nice record, 15-2-2. And I think that the fight that he lost to Gonzalez, certainly there was quite a bit of dispute about that decision. In fact, he really never felt that he lost that fight. And I think a lot of fans and media probably agree with him. He's a good quality fighter, well-grounded. I like his style. He's with Danny Gonzalez right now, and it says he's adjusted things a little bit. Excuse me, Danny Garcia. And as we take a look at the tail of the tape, and you can see that it's pretty close here in terms of what they're going to bring into the ring statistically, except for the reach, where Rios will have a 3-inch advantage.
And let's go to the ring with our announcer, Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, live on Fox Sports 1 and Fox Deportes from UIC Pavilion here in the Windy City of Chicago, Illinois. This is the main event of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled in the junior lightweight division. Presented by Golden Boy Promotions and Box Promotions and sponsored by Corona Extra, La Cerveza Más Fina, and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better prices every day. The 3 judges scoring this bout at ringside on the 10-point must system, Scott Dexter, Mauro Di Fiore, and Mike Fitzgerald. And with the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Celestino Ruiz. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are ready, and the fighters are ready. Chicago, make some noise if you Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing black, trimmed in white, he weighed officially 127.5 pounds. His professional record outstanding with 15 victories. Just 2 defeats, 2 draws, and 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Blythe, California, here is Andrew Chango Cancio. And next his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing green, trimmed in black and silver, he weighed in also 127.5 pounds. This 22-fight veteran is perfect in the ring. 22 victories, no defeats, with 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Representando Zacatecas de Santa Ana, California, el invicto. Here is the undefeated Ronny.
Okay, guys, you guys are good here? You guys receive your instruction in the dressing room. I expect a clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Let's touch up. Come on, Pregan.
Rios proved that he could beat a quality fighter when he defeated Rico Ramos, followed that up with another big victory over Leonilo Miranda, and then the victory over Baranza, a real tough guy. Cancio proved that he could beat the top fighters, reeled off the victory over Rocky Juarez, and then Jerry Belmonte's in his last fight, a terrific boxing Texan. So this is a test for both of these gentlemen.
Both of these fighters want to get to the next level in the junior lightweight division. Scheduled for 10, Ronny Rios from Santa Ana, Saddleback High School with the green and black trunks. Andrew Cancio, the pride of Blythe, black and white.
Rios does a good job of starting and building during the course of a fight. Actually has stopped a number of fighters later on in the fight, so he knows how to dissect his opponents, and that's what he specializes in. Cancio, as I mentioned, with Danny Garcia now, said he's going to utilize a little more movement and has adjusted, fighting him a little more intelligently than he had before.
Yeah, second fight with Danny Garcia. They feel a lot more comfortable. Ronny Rios hasn't fought in a while. Rios last fought in September of 2013. That was a win in 8 rounds over Jose Baranza. He said he learned a lot in that fight. Two fighters that know each other, growing up in the same Southern California circuit of the amateurs.
But only one was known as the Pride of Blythe. Probably the only person ever to be known as the Pride of Blythe.
He also has a nickname, Changos. As a kid, he just would make that monkey face.
Not the most complimentary of nicknames, but it's sticking.
He embraces
apparently.
it, he loves it.
He says, call me Chongo.
But Cancio also knows that as a fighter coming in against somebody who's undefeated like Rios, he has a lot to lose. 15-2-2, 11 KOs in his career. Turned pro at 17 in Mexicali. Rios turned pro in 2008, the first round knockout of Fermin Perez.
Both fighters probing in this first round. I think Cancio's taken a little bit of control of the first round, doing a nice job, landing a few more punches, and showing us some of that movement. He's been having to chase opponents in the last few fights, and I think Rios may have been expecting a little bit more aggressive Cancio, and Cancio perhaps surprising him a little bit with the style here tonight.
30 seconds to go in the opening round. Two boxers feeling each other out here. Scheduled for 10. Junior lightweight division from the UIC Pavilion in Chicago, Illinois. Good jab from both fighters.
Very close round here to start. We may have a lot of these close rounds and turn out to be tough to score.
Closing seconds of the opening round. Rios, Cancio.
On May 3rd, just one fantastic fight, one remarkable round.
Look at this display by Floyd Mayweather.
Just one power punch will change the course of boxing history. It only takes a moment.
Oh, the right hand knocks down Soto Kara. The biggest boxing match of the year is upon us.
Will Floyd Mayweather continue his march to immortality, or will Marcos Maidana be the one to beat him? The moment, Mayweather-Maidana, Saturday, May 3rd, live on pay-per-view. Where will you be when the moment comes?
And the question is if Maidana can make the moment the way that he did against Adrian Broner when he shocked so many. And he will bring it. I believe that he's going to just go for the gusto from the opening bell and win. Let the chips fall where they may.
Maidana, exciting fighter, put on a clinic in that Broner fight. Now he has a chance at an upset of Floyd Mayweather. May 3rd, big weekend in Las Vegas. Good fight here, second round between Ronny Rios and Andrew Cancio.
Now, I edged Cancio in that first round. I thought he did a nice job and landed more punches, in my opinion, and then I gave him the edge in that first round.
Cancio working the jab, working a couple hooks. He's not a full-time boxer, has 2 young children. He's also works for the gas company.
He's a meter reader.
So he's walking all day, reading the meter. Then he goes to the gym, takes care of the kids. Then he does some more road work. So these kind of fights will help him. Good jab from Cancio.
Action picking up here. These are getting to be a little bit brisker exchanges.
Good hook from Cancio.
And Rios getting much busier in this round as well.
Cancio going downstairs, going back upstairs, setting him up with a jab. Nice right from Cancio. Good right hand from Ronny Rios in the lime green shorts. 2 fighters are standing in the middle of the ring. Couple hooks from Cancio. Body shot from Rios. Another body shot from Rios. Both fighters going to the body. Rios goes upstairs. Good action here, middle of the second round.
Neither man can get control, but they're both trying to.
Cancio, a nice uppercut, goes upstairs, nice jab. Rios answers back, a good hook. Rios with a nice body shot. Cancio answers back, upstairs, downstairs. Rios and Cancio just exchanging.
Yeah, close range fight. Now, this is more of what Rios expected.
Good action from the 2 fighters. 2 Southern California fighters going at it. Both of them wanting to take the next step. They want to be considered one of the elites. 30 seconds to go in the second round. Scheduled for 10.
Rios has gained a world ranking in a couple of the jurisdictional bodies' ratings. So this is very important now. Having gotten to that point, he does not want to relinquish it.
Rios ducks a couple. Nice body shot from Rios. Ducks another one, comes upstairs. Good footwork by Ronny Rios. 40 seconds of the round. Andrew Cancio coming out strong. Go to the third.
Rios had a very slow first round, but he came back and started putting together some good combinations, as you saw there in round number 2. But Cancio took everything and came back with more.
Third round scheduled for 10. USC Pavilion in Chicago, Illinois. Ronny Rios comes out strong to start the third.
Good fight, little to choose between the 2 men through 2 rounds.
Tonight's CompuBox stats are brought to you by ThrowdownFantasy.com. Draft fighters, track stats, and win.
There you take a look, and Rios actually has landed at a much higher percentage rate, although Cancio has thrown much more.
2 fighters just stayed in the middle of the ring. Good action between the 2 Southern California fighters. Wild swing by Cancio, misses. Rios comes in with a jab. Cancio answers back with a couple jabs of his own. A tough fight. These 2, forget the rest of the ring, forget the ropes. We're just going to stand in the middle and trade.
Right, going shoulder to shoulder.
It's the kind of fight both of them expected. Both expected a tough fight. A lot on the line.
And in a fight like this, if they stay at this kind of range, conditioning could well be a factor.
Third round, 2 fighters, Rich Murata have been just standing in the middle, and both of them a little bit with their mouths open now. And they're both digging into the bodies any chance they have. You mentioned the conditioning factor, and then taking some of those, absorbing some of those body shots. See in the later rounds how they affect both fighters.
Right, this has been some pretty brutal stuff here in round number 3. It may not be eye-catching necessarily, but I'm telling you, they are really working and working hard to those, especially those body punches.
And now they both went from going downstairs, now they both go upstairs. Cancio lands a hook. Rios lands a hook. You give me one, I give you one. Just go. 45 seconds to go in the third round. In the middle of the ring, these 2, I setting up. They're just standing right there. Love it.
You do this not only to break a man's body down, but also to try to break his will.
And neither of these men have given.
See if anyone can be successful in that regard. Neither giving ground, though.
Good action between the two in the third round. Rios goes upstairs. Good shot from Rios. Cancio. Closing seconds of the third round. Has been tough to score the first three as these two are just standing toe-to-toe, exchanging. Rios, Cancio.
In that last round, they fought about a 6-foot square. It was almost all body work between the two. They were shoulder to shoulder, head to head throughout the round, and it produced some terrific punching and some terrific exchanges.
And they start this fourth round back into that 6-foot square. No need for a 20-foot ring. We're just going to stand in the middle and exchange. Two fighters going right back and forth. Fight we expected. This is the kind of matchup that Ronny Rios wanted. He wanted it to be tested. He wanted to take himself to the next level. He's 22-0. Feels like he should be near the elites. Andrew Cancio from Blythe, now lives in Ventura, training with Danny Garcia Sr. Danny Garcia Jr., the cut man. Joe Janik, second assistant there. And Hector Lopez training Ronny Rios with Ron Ellis and Herman Figueroa. Both corners, veteran experience, so you can't see each corner is used to these battles. They know what to expect.
And in the case of Cancio, he said, look, if he wants to bang, we'll bang. If he's going to box, well, we're ready for that too. And basically, he's seen both of those aspects of Ronny Rios so far.
And go back to the middle of the ring.
The point you made, though, and the style of fight that we have here becomes very hard to score. And you could have rounds that are scored widely divergent by the judges.
And neither of these fighters taking any seconds off, so you have 3 minutes to fight. They've been fighting all 3 minutes. Good hook from Rios. Good jab.
Rios choosing in this round to step back a little, give himself some punching room, and try to pot shot from a little bit longer range rather than just be shoulder to shoulder. Although here he's pinned up against the ropes. You see Cancio using that elbow a little bit, trying to shoulder Rios back into the ropes. And pushing him here. He knows where he wants Rios. See, there's a good combination inside, and then the step back by Rios. Good job.
And go right back to that middle of the ring. Going to the body. Both fighters just going to the body. Neither giving an inch. You talk about earning everything you get. Both fighters earning it tonight. Fourth round, scheduled for 10. Even when the weak fighters do throw those wild punches, they're both slipping them. Ronny Rios, Santa Ana. Andrew Cancio, Blythe. Both just fighting in the middle of the ring. Going back and forth, digging into the bodies. Ronny Rios last fought in September of 2013. Andrew Cancio in July of 2013. They have a common opponent in Roger Gonzalez. Rios beat him 8 rounds, where Cancio lost a decision in 10 rounds. When you have a fighter in common with each other, you can obviously study some tape, right, Rich?
Oh yeah, definitely. But sometimes the styles may make it null and void. Maybe not in that case, though, because as far as Cancio is concerned, he did fight a good fight against Gonzalez as well. Lost a majority decision in that fight. And to take it one step further, both of the fights that Cancio has lost have been by majority decision. And Gonzalez, very good fighter. Very excellent record.
His other loss was to Carlos Binan in Nevada back in 2008. That was his first defeat as a pro. Cancio very active here in the 5th round. He's wearing the black trunks, last name in red. Ronny Rios lime green with Zacatecas at the back of his trunks. That's where his parents are from. at the Saddleback High School in Orange County. Good right from Ronny Rios.
And as we mentioned, kind of bearing out what we mentioned early in the fight when Rios had that slow first round. He does slow start sometimes and just build constantly as the fight goes along.
Rios going to the body, goes back upstairs, snaps back the head of Andrew Cancio with a nice jab. Cancio answers back with his own combo. Andrew Cancio not giving an inch, neither is Ronny Rios. Nice left hook by Andrew Cancio. Goes back to it now with the uppercut. We were talking about the conditioning here. You see both these fighters in the middle in the 5th round. Mouths open a little bit.
You see a kid like Rios, he's kind of on the precipice. He's kind of on the verge. He's trying to make that next jump, as you mentioned in your pre-fight comments here tonight, into that championship level. He's got the ranking. He said, I wanted to go to Indonesia to fight Chris John. I want opportunities, and I want fights like this that people will see on national TV and launch me into that upper echelon.
Started his career in Mexicali, Andrew Cancio did. A couple hundred people, now he's headlining on a fight across the country in the United States. He wants to be out there, he wants to be known. Both of these fighters want to take it to the next level, and they're showing it tonight that they're both tough. Good right from Rios. Rios goes to the body, Cancio answers back upstairs.
Cancio's facing more and more punches now, and he can't stay right on top of Rios, it looks like. Rios getting more active, it seems like, in terms of his volume of punches every round.
10 seconds to go in the 5th round. Good one so far between Ronny Rios and Andrew Cancio. This broadcast of Golden Boy on Fox is brought to you by Corona Extra, La Cerveza Más Fina, and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
I tell you, halfway through this fight, we've had both guys landing, Rios and then Cancio right back. So it's, once again, we saw right in that example, one guy lands, the other guy lands. That's the kind of fight it's been since the beginning.
It's definitely been a tough one to score. In our pre-fight meeting with the boxers, Ronny Rios, we asked him, who are some of your favorites, the fighters you look up to? Rich, he had some interesting names. I'm gonna throw at you. Alexis Arguello, Sugar Ray Robinson, Rocky Marciano. He said he studies old school fighters, and we have an old school fight here.
Yeah, it is kind of an old school fight, and I'm enjoying it. It started off pretty good, and it's getting better with each round. And again, that's a widely divergent type of fighters that he idolizes, Alexis Arguello and Rocky Marciano. You know, going one step further on that Roger Gonzalez fight that you brought up with Rios in the last round, Beto, he suffered really the only injury of his career. He said he's never really been dazed or in terrible trouble during the course of a fight, but he did suffer an orbital bone fracture in that fight with Roger Gonzalez.
It's Rios.
Yes.
Midway through the 6th round, scheduled for 10 between Ronny Rios and Andrew Cancio. Two fighters who've been in the middle of the ring, neither of them giving an inch. Definitely a tough one to score.
I would be surprised, really, if the fight is anything more than 3-2 for either fighter. I think it's got to be a one-round difference at this point. And the rounds themselves are not easy to score.
Both of them going to the body here. Just leaning on each other. Trying to find any kind of way to extend.
Cancio throwing more punches in this round. We've gone back to that shoulder-to-shoulder, head-to-head fight again. So Rios adjusted his style a little bit in the last couple of rounds, but now here they are.
Nice little flurry from Rios.
Now this is terrific action between these two. This is a good red-hot pace they're setting.
Cancio lands a nice hook left. Rios answers. They finally separate from each other with 50 seconds to go in the round. Chance to catch a breath here. And Cancio comes back. Rios upstairs, downstairs. Cancio upstairs. Neither fighter giving an inch. Good flurry from Cancio. Going upstairs, Ronny Rios.
Well, Rios said he wanted a tough fight. He just got tagged there with that left hook. He's getting it.
So is Cancio. Closing seconds of the 6th round. Ronny Rios, Andrew Cancio. It's been a tough fight for both of these. April 16th, the all-new season of The Ultimate Fighter begins as bitter rivals take over to coach the next generation of UFC fighters. The Ultimate Fighter, Team Edgar versus Team Penn begins April 16th only on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
So we have seen a really terrific fight here so far. The two, for most of the fight, have elected to stay as close to each other as possible. Here, Rios with a nice exchange. He was able to actually let go with a combination that was not answered back immediately by Cancio, so he was able to put together 4 or 5 punches there. But mostly it has been a couple punches here from Rios, a couple punches back, 3, 4 by Cancio. Body and head, mostly fought at close range. These are real prize fighters in there tonight. They're putting on a real good show. They're giving it everything they have. A real professional prize fight.
Good one in 7th round in the junior lightweight division, scheduled for 10. UIC Pavilion in Chicago, Illinois. Bethel Duran along with Rich Murata and Jessica Rosales. Thanks for joining us here on Golden Boy Live on Fox Sports 1. Been a good one so far. If you like two fighters who just stand in the middle and trade, that's what you're getting.
Yeah, it looks to me like Rios wants to do a little more jabbing and keep the fight at a little longer distance in this round. At least that's the way he came out and started it. Both of them landing almost an equal number of punches in that last round. Although Rios had a much higher percentage rate.
Cancio lands a nice hook to the jaw of Ronny Rios. Andrew Cancio. Ronny Rios. Cancio 15-2-2 with 11 KOs. Ronny Rios perfect 22-0 with 10 KOs.
Rios showing that he can do some good defensive work in close too. He's managed to duck under a number of blows here in these last 30 seconds.
Good hook from Cancio. That left hook from Andrew Cancio doing work. Especially at the close range. He goes upstairs and brings it down, but Ronny Rios answers back. Upstairs, downstairs. Both these fighters with a nice pace. Ronny Rios was talking about how he's increased his strength and conditioning. He was telling Jessica Rosales at the pre-fight interview. And you can see his strength and conditioning kicking in here. Good left. Two fighters. We might as well just put these two in a phone booth. Good uppercut by Ronny Rios.
I like when Rios does land those combinations in close when he takes a step back, because that will usually make Cancio miss and also put a stop to Cancio's response. But when he stands right in front of him after, then Cancio does respond.
Body shot from Rios. Cancio keeps on coming. Neither fighter giving an inch. Neither fighter going backwards. Neither fighter doing anything. What these two are doing, just stand in the middle and trading.
And I tell you, this is fighting. This is a real fight here.
This is tough.
You know, I've been looking forward to this fight just as a fan. And I'll tell you, these two guys have not let me, the fan, down. And I don't think any of you fans at home either.
Closing seconds of the round. between Andrew Cancio and Ronny Rios is coming Friday. We are in Texas, the Lone Star State. You gotta love it. We're Alan Sanchez against Jorge Silva. Sanchez from Northern California, Silva from Tijuana, Mexico. Join us Friday night fight in San Antonio, Texas on Fox Sports 1, Golden Boy. Live. It's going all over the country with some good, exciting fights for you.
From the opening bell of this fight, there's been little to choose between these two, whether they've been at long distance, which has hardly been at all, or close up as you see them here. Rios at times was managing to get some distance, but Cancio would make him pay when he did, so they stood up close. There's a beautiful example of that nice left hook after Rios had stepped back.
And from Rios' corner, let's go to Jessica Rosales.
Not only do they feel like they're ahead, but they think they have a very comfortable lead. They were saying that Cancio is an experienced vet, but Rios is making it easy for him. Instead of seeing them trading punches, they want to see Rios use angles more, use the jab more, and definitely go to the body.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't count on that being the case. I would definitely continue to go full speed ahead.
8th round, scheduled for 10. Ronny Rios, Andrew Cancio. Rios 24, Cancio 25. Rios 5'7", Cancio 5'6". There's not much separating these two, especially in the ring, where they've been on top of each other.
Both of these fighters have really given a good account of themselves tonight. I'd like to see, just from a personal standpoint, them stay more active than they've been over the course of the last year.
Rios fought in September, Cancio in July, and both these fighters saying, well, fights fall apart, opportunities fall apart. So tonight they're definitely making a name for both of themselves. Cancio being the aggressor here in the 8th round. Andrew Cancio, black and red trunks. Rios lime green. Cancio bringing the pressure here. Body shot from Rios.
I think I see a little bit of fatigue in Cancio as I'm watching. I'm looking at his face, and I'm seeing him miss a lot more punches. And when you do get fatigued, you tend to miss a little bit more. And just the fact that you're missing makes you even a little bit tired. Takes a little more out of you missing punches than it does landing.
Here Rios in the corner, trying to fight out of that. Cancio on top of him. Good action from Andrew Cancio. Good moves by Rios. Body upstairs.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that was
off the ropes.
Great work by Rios in the corner to get out of there too, Beto. And he really made Cancio miss a lot of those shots and then answered back.
Less than a minute to go in the 8th round. Nice left hook by Rios. Mentioned maybe some of that fatigue factor. Cancio had the hands down there, got caught.
Yeah, I think Rios is having a real nice round here.
The right eye of Cancio starting to swell up as Rios has been able to land some of those hooks the last few rounds. And as I say that, Cancio answers back with a couple of nice right hands. 2-2 fighter. Can't say that. They just exchanging on the ropes for a little bit, but they go right back to their bread and butter, right in the middle of the ring. Andrew Cancio, Ronny Rios, two pros. 10 seconds to go in the round.
We've got two Energizer bunnies in there tonight, man. I'm telling you, this is Rock'em Sock'em Robot time.
Good action between the two fighters. 8 rounds in the books. 8 rounds in the books. There you see Ronny Rios going back to his corner. Ronny Rios, trained by Hector Lopez. 24-year-old fighter from Santa Ana. Father Salvador, mother Delia. There's 2 brothers, 2 sisters. Girlfriend Daniela here in the crowd with him also.
As you take a look at the action, I thought Rios had a real good round. As you see, great work there, nice combination. He was making Cancio miss, but Cancio just kept throwing punches. And sooner or later, if you throw as many as he is, he's going to land some. And as you saw near the end of the round, he started getting effective again. But overall, I thought Rios won that round clearly.
As we head to the ninth, with referee Joe Scott holding him up, here we get going here. Ninth round scheduled for 10. It's been a tough one for both of the fighters. Tough one to score. Rio comes out, the aggressor here. Cancio with a wild swing and miss. And you were mentioning, Rich Murata, the wild swing and misses. Maybe a sign of fatigue, but Rios, who said he stressed the strength and conditioning, looking good here.
Take a look. These guys have really, man, have just given so much. Look at Cancio has thrown over 700 punches in this fight, and Rios over 500. Rios, though, with a higher connect percentage.
Good body shot by Ronny Rios. Now he's trying to hit the body and move around. Cancio continues to come at him. Two fighters could not get away from each other. I don't think they want it.
No, there's been no wanting for action. There's been no wanting for effort from either of these two.
Good shot by Cancio. Ronny keeps coming. One fighter gets hit, he takes it, and he answers back immediately. Hasn't really been a flurry, a big flurry. Anybody been in trouble? Anybody's been hurt? Just two sluggers going back and forth with each other. On top of each shoulder. Both of them land at the same time.
Left hook by Cancio. Didn't really shake Rios, but it definitely rattled his head a little bit.
Yeah, left hook after you've been on top of each other. And in the ninth round, it's going to wake you up. And you see the view from on top. Great view right there. Just two fighters, and you see them not an inch between each other. Good body shot by Ronny Rios. Cancio keeps coming. Another body shot by Rios. And he's been working the body from the get-go. Both these fighters have been working the body from the get-go. We were wondering if they're gonna, what kind of effect they're gonna have them in the later rounds. We're in the ninth. Both these guys are still coming.
And you know, I think Rios has gotten sharper as the fight has gone along too.
Good left hook from Rios.
But when I was talking early in the fight about who might be able to break the other's wills, it hasn't happened. Neither guy.
The kind of fighters you love to see fight live. Really do appreciate them. 10 seconds to go in the ninth round, scheduled for 10. Ronny Rios, Andrew Cancio, junior lightweights, trying to get to the next level, trying to take the next step. Both of them warriors tonight. And you see Andrew Cancio going back to his corner. A little bit of a knot on his right eye. Cancio, father's Alfredo, mother Mayela, one brother, two sisters. And you see Ronny Rios, his corner.
This is like round one. Your whole life you work for. Let's go to the next level. Be smart. You cannot come.
In my opinion, in this fight, as it heads into its last stages here, I believe that Rios has a slight edge in this fight. And both of the trainers right now are trying to be motivators and trying to get the most they can out of their fighter. I do have Rios ahead. I had Cancio having an early lead in the fight. Rios, I thought, has really been picking up steam, though, in these last few rounds.
Well, let's hear it one more time.
This is the final round. The two fighters touch gloves. Ronny Rios, what would he do if he wasn't a boxer? He said he would want to write movies. He has a chance to write his own script here in the 10th round.
Yeah, he's been writing a Rocky movie here tonight with this fight.
And action definitely picking up here in the 10th round. Both fighters obviously listening to you, Rich, where they know the scores are tight. Both fighters good combinations. Coming back This has just been a good all-out action battle between the two fighters. The kind of fight you expect from Ronny Rios and Andrew Cancio. The kind of fights where other fighters don't want to fight them because they know they're going to get these tough fights.
Rios, to me, looks the fresher of the two fighters, although Cancio's still got a lot left, but Rios got a little more bounce to him, I believe. Very enjoyable bout, though, very competitive bout. Lots of really meaty punches being thrown from the very beginning.
From the opening bout, these two just stood in the middle of the ring and exchanged. Nothing's changed here in the 10th round. I'll take one, you can give you one. Well, Rios lands a nice punch. Cancio keeps coming. Rios pushing him off with that shoulder. Cancio doesn't deter. He keeps coming on his own, has his own shoulder. Upstairs, twice by Cancio. Two fighters that are giving it their all. It's a tough fight to score.
Well, you talk about two well-conditioned athletes. I can't believe they can still keep up this pace. I really never thought they could keep up this pace for a full 10 rounds.
It's one of the things we wondered early on with less than a minute to go. Andrew Cancio, Ronny Rios, pros going at it. Rios lands a good one upstairs. Cancio keeps it. Double jab from Rios. Slips out of the corner. 45 seconds to go. Cancio pushes him off. Let's go. Cancio slaps his gloves. Some blood coming out of the mouth of Ronny Rios. "30 seconds to go in the fight. 10th and final round. An all-out battle between these two. And nothing's going to stop in the last round.
No knockdowns, no blood. You'd never know what kind of a brutal fight this was.
There's two fighters that love, both they said they love the box, both said they love to put on a show, and they're doing exactly that. Ronny Rios, Andrew Cancio go the distance. Two pros put on a great show tonight. Both fighters getting picked up by their respective corners. Put on a show here at UIC Center in Chicago, Illinois. Thanks, guys. An exciting night of boxing here in Chicago. But our main event, Ronny Rios and Andrew Cancio, they just went at it.
And there's Ronny Rios. Now you're looking at Cancio. Both guys were picked up and given the ride around the ring. They both, I'm sure, feel very good about their efforts here tonight, and they should. Both came in confident, feeling that they could take the step forward into the upper echelon of their division. Started a little bit slow for Rios. Cancio, I thought, had a very good round one, but then Rios, as he normally does, starts to pick up speed a little bit as the fight goes on. An excellent combination there by Rios, who did some good work at long range. Most of Cancio's best work was done at close range, and close range is where they fought most of this fight. They were head-to-head most of this fight, shoulder to shoulder. They leaned on each other. They stayed inside. They belted each other to the body. They would come up to the top of the head, and neither guy was willing to give ground. It was amazing. You just wanted to see who would finally be the person to step back and give ground and have his will broken. It just didn't happen, and as the fight wore along, I thought that Rios began in the later going to start to get a little bit sharper once again. And he has had a history of actually scoring some late round knockouts, getting better as the fight goes along. And I thought that he was doing much better as the fight went along in the later rounds. 10th round, the two just went at it. It was a beautiful thing to watch if you're a boxing fan, as they just punched away. And they really gave the fans their money's worth, and I hope you all enjoyed it around the country as well, because this one was definitely worth it.
Definitely worth it, Rich Murata. An exciting fight between the two. And final CompuBox stats are brought to you by ThrowdownFantasy.com. Draft fighters, track stats, and win.
Ronny Rios landed approximately, 45 more punches than did Andrew Cancio tonight. Cancio threw way more punches, so consequently Rios landed at a much higher percentage rate.
And let's go to the ring with our announcer, Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards, and here are the scoring totals. Both judges, Scott Dexter and Mauro De Fiore, come to the same score, 97-93. And Judge Mike Fitzgerald has it 96-94. All three for your winner by unanimous decision. And he is still undefeated, Ronny Rios.
Well, it's a unanimous decision. The scores were not overwhelming. A couple of 97-93s, a 96-94. I think that 96-94 was probably in the range of being very accurate. It was not an easy fight for Rios, and in my opinion, he had to come from behind after conceding the early rounds to Cancio.
For Jessica Rosales, Rich Murata, I'm Beth Durant. Thanks a lot for watching Golden Boy Live. Fox Sports Live begins right now.